welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. All right, we are going to take a look at what's going on with you and them, you and your person. So I'm leaving a little bit open-ended. We're going to see what your energy is and their energy and your relationship and see how it goes. So I've got 3 groups for you to choose from and 3 cards for you to choose from. So group 1, this is your card. The card is expression. Group 2, the card is celebration. And group 3, the card is truth. So look at the cards. See what one resonates. Something about it resonates. Doesn't have to be, the title. It can be something in the image. It can be anything you like, but you'll feel pulled to one if one of these readings is for you. All right, so all you have to do is go down into the description box, click on the timestamp for your group, and it'll take you right to your reading. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye. Hi, group 1. Okay, let's look at what's going on between you and them. All right, the card that you picked was expression. And we'll talk about this more as we get some cards out on the table and we see what's going on. So I've got 3 different decks, one for them, one for you, and one for your relationship. And we're going to look at all 3. All right, let's start with your person's energy. What's going on with your person? And of course, feel free to swap roles if one makes more sense to you than the other. If one resonates more than the other. And of course, take what resonates and leave what doesn't for somebody else. Spirit, can you please show me what we need to know about their person's energy? Okay. All right, we have Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles reversed, and Temperance reversed. Okay, give me just a second. They're feeling very, very imbalanced. Their energy is, it's kind of all over the place. They feel uprooted. They feel like whatever's going on in their life or in your relationship is too much for them. They don't have any balance. They just don't have any balance. I don't have a better way to say that. They're really in they're in a difficult place right now. All right, let's get 3 more cards and see what else is going on with them. It's like they can't find their footing. And I'm not sure why, but that's really what I'm hearing and seeing. All right, we have 2 of Swords, Strength card reversed, and the Justice card. There's something, they don't want to see what's really going on within themselves. They're feeling very insecure. They're feeling, what I'm hearing is not good enough. And as they try to balance their energies, as they try to get into some balance, because there's so much imbalance here, as they try to do that, they feel less and less secure about themselves. And what I'm seeing, and this may or may not be for all of you, is someone who is a bit of a workaholic, who takes on too much and doesn't leave enough energy and enough time for anything outside of work. But they do understand at some point, whether that's now or in the near future, that that energy can come between your relationship, or is coming between your relationship. And so they're trying to create more balance. But as they do, whether they're admitting it to themselves or not, and I feel like they're not, they are feeling less and less like themselves, like they've lost their power. Interesting. All right. Spirit, can you give me one card for the top row, just to clarify the energies there, give us any extra information you have. Anything else you want us to know? Five of Pentacles reversed. Whatever they're doing, whether it's work or something else, that they're doing in excess, they're trying too hard because they're so afraid of, if they don't, everything's going to fall apart. If they don't, you will leave them. If they don't, they'll lose their job. They'll lose something. And maybe both. It's this underlying fear of, I've got to try twice as hard so I don't lose. Anything else, Spirit, about that? It's like they can feel things slipping between their grasp. Whether it's you, it's like they can feel like whatever's going on, they feel like you might be slipping through their grasp. And so that makes sense why we get into this energy where they work hard to bring themselves into balance. You know, if this is a work situation, they're working too much. They're too focused on work, they're a workaholic, and it is affecting your relationship. They do start to see that. And they're afraid of that happening. So they do what they can to try to bring things back into balance, but then they stop feeling good about themselves. All right, can you give us one card, please, for the bottom energy, the bottom row? What else do we need to know about that? Seven of Swords. All right. The Seven of Swords is giving me a sense of trying to fix things, but going about it the wrong way. So they may be trying to balance out work and home life, and they're finding they really can't do that. So they're finding weird workarounds. Spirit, what else can you tell me about that? What's going on here? What I'm hearing is they're walking away from themselves, which explains this Strength card in reverse there. It's like the very essence of themselves they are walking away from in order to save your relationship. But they're not telling you. They're not being honest about how they feel. And that comes, brings into this expression card. They're not telling you what's going on. And I feel like that you need to know. All right, let's look at your energy and see what's going on with you. Wow, we have the Seven of Swords reversed, the Five of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. Interesting that, you both have the Seven of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, but in opposite directions from each other. So what I'm getting from your energy is there's something they're not telling you. And you're feeling that. You're feeling left out because there's something they're not telling you. And there's this energy of course, if they're working too much, they're spending too much time doing something else, way too much time. And you're looking at them like, what about me? You forgot about me. And it has you in this very guarded energy. Like you don't want to get hurt. You don't want to walk away. But there is this what about me energy. And like your person has forgotten about you. And you're feeling very left out. You're very left alone. Wow. All right, Spirit, can you show me 3 more cards? What's going on with this person? With the Watcher's energy. Thank you. We have the Six of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. So from your perspective, things get better fast. They finally come to, from your perspective, they've come to the realization of how important you are. And they do see how important you are and they don't want to lose you. And so they start making some changes. And they start being more committed and spending more time with you. But it doesn't last. This, not saying that your relationship doesn't last, but this energy, this Six of Wands, Four of Wands energy doesn't last. Like the Knight of Wands is in and out fast. And the reason why is because they are not being true to themselves. They're trying very hard because they don't want to lose you. But they're going about it the wrong way. And they're not speaking their truth. They're not explaining to you what's going on. And maybe you aren't either. But I do feel that you were more expressive than them. Because clearly they knew how you were feeling, that you were feeling left out and alone. And so you do sort of get what you want, but it doesn't last because when it's not genuine, it's not that they genuinely didn't want to. They're just doing it the wrong way. All right. Can you give me one card, please, Spirit, just to clarify the top row energy? The Chariot reversed. Yeah, in that energy, you're feeling left out. You don't know. You feel like things aren't moving forward. They aren't going anywhere. You don't know where they're going. You're feeling left out. You're feeling bruised, unhappy. And you start putting these boundaries up, these walls up, because you don't want to get hurt anymore. You love this person, you care about them, you want a future with them, so why aren't they making you a priority? And so you've got a lot of doubt going on. Spirit, can you give me one card to clarify the bottom row energy, please? Five of Cups reversed. So it's the same energy. It's, what you thought you lost comes back to you, and you're appreciating what you have. You're appreciating that they came back, they tried to fix things, they're bringing more balance into your relationship and into their life. But again, it doesn't last. It doesn't last. Because there's an inherent problem with it all. It doesn't mean that it won't be fixed. We're going to look at your relationship energy now and see what's going on there. All right. Spirit, can you give me 3 cards for the relationship energy? We have 4 of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Star card. So what I'm seeing here is neither one of you want to lose each other. It's very clear. Like, you are important to them and they are important to you. You don't want to let go. But you both do want to figure out what the heck's going on and how do we make this work. And you're staying hopeful, which is great news. The Star card is the ultimate hopeful, blessed energy. You know this person is something special. You both know that. But you're both kind of privately, quietly, trying to figure out what's going on. And neither one of you are really talking about it. Really, like, talking about it with each other. All right, let's get 3 more cards, please, for the relationship energy. Move these cards up a little bit so you can see everything. All right. We have the Queen of Cups reversed, the Devil card reversed, and the World card reversed. There are challenges here. It's hurtful for you both what's going on. There is, there is a sense as things progress that even though neither one of you feels like your cup is full, you don't feel 100%, there is a little bit of letting go of the fear, of the holding on too tight. Being so afraid of losing the other person that you aren't speaking your mind, you're not being 100% honest and vulnerable. And so you are progressing, you're getting there, but it's happening slowly. It really is. It's until you two really start to talk. it's going to be slow going. All right. I'm going to pull 3 cards, 3, potential outcome cards for your relationship, just so you can see, if things continue going the way they're going, progressing but slowly, what's the potential outcome? We have the King of Wands. We have the 4 of Swords. Oh, and we have the 6 of Cups. So, keep moving forward. This is a slow-moving energy of change. You can both speed it up by talking more. And that's just the truth. Don't be afraid of that. But if you do continue to work on yourselves and work on your relationship, there is most definitely positive, inspired change that will spark your relationship again. You'll both feel at peace within yourselves again. No more overthinking, no more, boundary walls, no more being completely out of balance. You both sort of recover from really what's been very challenging. And then you end up coming back together. Not that one or the other of you left. I don't see that, but there is this like renewal of energy with this 6 of Cups, where you get a fresh start with each other, and it becomes a little bit like a gift from the universe. The opportunity to really appreciate and love and enjoy each other all over again, almost for the first time, if that makes sense. All right, I'm going to pull 3 Lenormand cards for you just to get a little more detail on what you can expect with your relationship, what's going on. Okay. We have the Mountain, the Moon, and Mice. So, it's a long journey for y'all. It may have already been a long journey. And there's been a lot of stress and friction amongst you, a lot of eating away at your relationship. But in the center of it all is this beautiful moon energy, which is hope and it's honor, it's blessings from the universe. There is so much beautiful energy between you two. If you can find your way through this time that you're in, but it's not hopeless. Not in any sense is it hopeless. All right, I just want to, we talked about this card several times through here, about the two of you learning to express yourselves, to really put out there how you're feeling, who you are, what's important to you, what you need. And there's a quick little excerpt from the book that I just want you to hear. It only takes a minute, but I think it really expresses it very well. It says, "There is a vital place for discretion and self-restraint, especially if our actions or words could harm others. But to be true to the spirit within requires us to express our authentic selves. Old fears of ridicule, rejection, and rendering ourselves vulnerable can prevent us from taking ownership of our individuality and self-expression. Not only can it move us out of alignment with our center, it may block emotional growth if our outward expression does not match our inner reality." And that really is like the gist of what is going on with you and your person. Like, this could have been a 1-card reading, but that wouldn't have been any fun, would it? All right, y'all, that's all I've got for you. I hope that was helpful. I hope this message resonated with you and gave you some insight and advice that you needed. All right, thank you so much for being here today and for watching this video and sharing your energy with me. Bye-bye, y'all. Hi, group 2. Okay, let's look at what's going on between you and your person. So the card that you picked is Celebration. Beautiful card, beautiful, beautiful. And we'll know more about what that means in your partnership between you and your person once we get some cards on the table. So I'm going to look at their energy, your energy, and at your relationship. I've got different decks for each. And we are going to start with your person. Spirit, can you give me 3 cards, please, for their person, so we can get an initial look at what's going on with them, what their energy is. Okay. We have the Strength card in reverse, 6 of Swords reversed, and the 4 of Wands. All right, give me just a second here. What I'm seeing and feeling and hearing very clearly is that your person is, this is going to sound weird, but they're having too much fun. They're partying too much. They're burning the candle at both ends. And it is wearing them out. And it's got them, whether they would admit it or not, it's got them like feeling drained and not feeling like their best self. And they're feeling stuck. Or they are stuck, you know, in this cycle of, you know, party, party, party. And no rest, you know, no balance to that. Huh. All right. Well, that's an interesting way to start. All right, Spirit, can you give us 3 more so we can see a little bit more about this person and what's going on with them? We have the 7 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and the Ace of Cups reversed. As far as your relationship is concerned, they most definitely want to grow with you. They want to grow this relationship. They think about you all the time. They dream about you, fantasize about you. I mean, they really got all sorts of feels for you. There's a lot of love there. But because of their lifestyle, their cup is empty. Like, they may want this with you, and they may imagine a future with you, but they have nothing left to give you in all reality. All right. Spirit, can you give me 1 card just to clarify the top row energy? Any other information you want to give us about that? The World card. This lifestyle is coming to an end. And I feel like that's good news. I'm not sure what brings it about. It may be you, it may be that they're realizing that they have nothing left to give you. But they are going to close this chapter out a little bit. Not to say they'll never have fun, that you guys won't, have lots of celebrations and, have a lot of fun. But this overdoing it energy is coming to an end. And it feels like when it does, it feels like a relief to your person, which is interesting because they are choosing to live this way. But when they stop, it feels like a weight has been lifted off their shoulders. And they can suddenly, see things more clearly, feel things more clearly. Interesting. Spirit, can you give us one card to tell us more about the bottom row energy? What's going on there? What else do we need to know? Page of Pentacles reversed. Yet there's still this sense of imbalance. I feel that this closure, this ending to this cycle is coming, but not yet. And in the meantime, they feel like they can't get a footing. They don't have anything. They want your relationship to go somewhere, but it's not. It's stagnant. It's falling flat, and it's because they have nothing left to give. I'll put these over here. Not to worry. We're going to look at your relationship energy and see where things are headed. So the good news is that cycle of their life is coming to a close. So hopefully things get better then. But let's look at your energy and see what's going on with you here. We have the Moon card. We have 5 of Pentacles reversed and the Devil. I can see here that there is a lot of concern about your person and about your relationship. I think it's clear you see what's going on and you're sensing at least that something isn't progressing the way it should. But you don't want to lose your person. And so your emotions, your imagination start to get the best of you a little bit. You're not seeing things clearly. You're just sensing that what is going on isn't helping your relationship. Something's not right and you know it, but your fears feel out of balance also. They're out of balance, but you are too, but for very different reasons. And so you're hanging on for dear life. If you see, the two people are chained and hanging onto each other. And here's the Devil, in a straitjacket, it's a very like grasping energy, which also isn't ideal, for a healthy relationship. But I can understand why you would be feeling that way for sure. All right, Spirit, can you give us 3 more cards? See what else is going on here. We have the 9 of Cups. We have the High Priestess. and the Four of Cups. So things aren't going the way you want. I mean, I think that's obvious on many levels. And you're focused so strongly on what it is that you want, right? These 3 cups, you're so intent on that. And what is it that you want? You want commitment. You want more time with your person, quality time, one-on-one time, more attention from them. You feel the connection, and I do believe you both feel it. So you know there's something there. But it's not working out the way you want. And the universe is trying to show you another way. With this 4th cup, they're trying to show you another way to be happy, another way to see the situation, another way to help the situation. But instead, you're focused too much on what isn't going your way. All right. Can you give us one card, please, Spirit, for the top row? Let's see what else is going on there. What other information you want us to know? Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, you're hanging on. You're imagining lots of terrible scenarios, and so you're hanging on too tight. But there is this movement forward. It's a solid movement forward. And I think it does coincide with they're realizing that things need to end, that things can't continue the way they're going. And so there is slow progress forward, and you see it and feel it. It might feel a little too slow, but it's progress, and that's good news. Can you give us one card, please, for the bottom row? Tell us more about what's going on there. Thank you. Seven of Swords reversed. So, like I said before, there's some disappointment going on, but I don't see you going anywhere. I see you coming back toward them. Like, you may have pulled your energy a little bit from them, just really in order to protect yourself. It's like on one hand you're clinging on for dear life, but on the other hand you're protecting yourself and guarding yourself a little bit in that way. Not giving your full self to them, which I can understand. But then there's this sense of deciding to come back in and be honest about how you feel. Be honest about what you need and what you're seeing. And to me, that is a good, healthy energy. Because to sort of fall prey to your fears and your doubts and your disappointments doesn't help anything. It's honesty, it's expression, and really talking about what you need and what needs to happen if things are going to progress forward, and you both want it to. So I think it's great. I think it's great energy that you're coming back with a sense of empowerment, kind empowerment. You know, you're not bullying anybody. You just finally decide to stop pulling away and start being honest. All right, Spirit, can you give us 3 cards, please, on their relationship? Their combined energies here in this relationship. Okay. We have 2 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, and the Knight of Wands reversed. You're both trying so hard to not drop the ball on your relationship. That it's wearing you both out, because you're both privately trying, but not coming together and doing what needs to be done as a couple. And it causes the both of you to like lose steam. Like you're both feeling worn out and exhausted from trying to keep this relationship together, but I feel like neither one of you knows that the other one is feeling that way quite so much, you know? Like you are talking about it. I do think there's conversations happening, especially here once you start coming back in with your voice. But there's a lot of struggle and pain and disappointment that happens leading up to that. All right, what else can you tell us, Spirit, about the relationship energy? We have 3 of Swords reversed, Knight of Pentacles again, and the Ace of Cups. So there comes a point where you both decide to stop struggling so much, right? And to make the decision to move forward. You know, the fact that you both, not you both, but that this card comes up twice, that synchronicity is important. You know, that Spirit's saying, pay attention to this. And what it's saying is, this will take some time, but keep the energy moving forward. Heal from what has disappointed you and keep moving forward toward what you both want, which is this Ace of Cups, this cup of love and peace and new beginning between you. All right. Spirit, can you give us 3 cards to look at what the potential outcome is for this couple if they continue along this energy of, you know, moving slowly forward toward, you know, emotional fulfillment together? Where is it headed? All right. We have Justice reversed, High Priestess reversed, and the 5 of Swords. Well, it doesn't look like the best of news. There's some some imbalance, some feeling of things being unfair, and not trusting the higher guidance, and really wanting to win at all costs, even by default. Why is that, Spirit? Are they not moving in the right direction here? All right, what I'm hearing is, yes, you're moving in the right direction, but not for the right reasons. You're moving in the right direction almost by force. And it may be that this energy of hanging on too tight just douses their party spirit. And they feel a little bit coerced into changing their lifestyle. And it feels unfair. It ends up feeling unfair to both of you. And this, this divine connection ends up feeling even more broken than it did. All right, Spirit. I feel like I need to ask for advice. What should they do? What's the right course of action? Two of Wands, Hanged Man in reverse, and Page of Swords reversed. Y'all need to hash it out. Like, no subtle energies, no hints and passive aggressiveness, nudging that if things don't change on both of your sides, each other, like pressuring each other to change. That's your downfall. These cards are telling me you need to let it out. The good, the bad, the ugly. No more hanging around waiting for things to change. No more of this slow, baby steps forward. Spirit is saying those slow steps forward are only going to end up feeling more frustrating when you realize that the cause of the problem to begin with hasn't been resolved. Because you didn't speak your mind. You didn't come out and say it. You didn't. They didn't. You have to decide, what do you want? Stand up and speak your truth. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm going to pull some Lenormand cards for you and get a little more detail on what we can see about your relationship. That was very interesting. I did not see that coming, I'll be honest, y'all. Sometimes Spirit likes to throw us curveballs with the way they lay the story out for you. And I can see why they did it that way. Because it's the way they laid this story out for you is exactly how you're thinking. Things are rough, but they're getting better. I'm not getting what I want, but I'm going to come back. I'm going to stay. I'm going to smooth things over, and things are going to slowly progress forward. And we're going to, inch by inch, head toward happiness. And, they played out the way you're feeling it, so that when the outcome is disruptive, is not what you expected, Boy, you can feel that, right? And it shows you, it pinpoints right where the problem is. Interesting. All right. We have the child, the bear, and the man. There's a lot of stubborn energy between the two of you. But there's also a lot of love and the potential for a very long-lasting, nurturing, protective, beautiful love between you. You don't have to be afraid of losing them. Don't be afraid of losing them. Just don't be. I'm not saying it could never happen. But where you're headed if you continue to be afraid is disaster. So your only option is don't be afraid. Stand up. Speak your mind. Speak your truth. Because there is beautiful, beautiful energy here between you. And so much potential if you give it a chance. So, to this celebration card. I'm just going to read just a quick little excerpt from the book because I think it will help. I don't usually read from the book, but I do think it will help. To those who are caught in the addictive chase, of leading a life based on projected future happiness, right? Projected future happiness. Perhaps now is a good time to simply give thanks for the perfection of all that is today in the present moment. By reflecting on how your good and bad choices have led you to this point, hindsight can reveal the ways you have been guided and shaped by unseen forces, which help enrich your understanding of life. These are real triumphs of lasting value. To those who are enduring difficult times, where there seems little hope of change, the message of this card beckons you to actively seek joy and celebration, regardless of circumstances. Stop fearing. Don't fear. Try to let go. Try to let go of the grasping, the imagining worst case scenarios, the disappointment. You can't control the future no matter how you try. So be happy, celebrate what is, speak your mind, speak your truth. Trust that if this is a divine connection, and I see lots of evidence here that it is, being honest and true and whole within yourself will only help, will only make it better. All right, y'all, that's what I've got for you. Very interesting reading. So I hope it resonated. I hope it helps. And I just want to thank you for being here. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye. Hi, group 3. All right, let's get started with your reading. So the card that you picked is Truth. And we'll talk more about what that means. I'll put that over there after we get some cards on the table. But first, let's look at your person's energy. I'm going to look at, I've got 3 different decks, and I'm going to use a different one for each area. I'm going to look at your person's energy, I'm going to look at yours, and I'm going to look at your relationship as a whole. So we can get a real good picture of what's going on between you and them. We have the Four of Cups, Three of Wands reversed, and the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Your person feels like, hold on one second. I just want to hear what they're saying. Something about your person doesn't feel good enough. They don't feel good enough. They feel like they're not heading in the right direction, that they're not good enough for you. And even though it's like the universe or you is offering this cup of love, they're still so focused on just not, like their own insecurities. Okay. Let's get some more cards and see what else is going on with them. Okay. We have the Two of Cups, the Fool reversed, and the Nine of Swords. They're really stressed about where this is going, or whether it can go anywhere, whether they have it in them to take this leap of faith, because they do care about you. There's a lot of love here, but there's also a lot of worry. They're worried they can't make it work with you, and I'm not sure why. So let's get a couple more cards out here, get a better picture of what's going on with them. Spirit, can you give me one card for the top row, please? Okay. Strength card. They're just really lacking personal confidence. They don't know how to be good enough for you. They don't know how to be everything that you need, that you want. And they don't see a way out of that. They don't see how they can be better, better enough for you. All right, can you give me one card, please, Spirit, for the bottom row? Maybe you can help us understand why they're not feeling good enough, what it is. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, they're not telling me why yet, but what I'm hearing is that they're holding on to you. They love you. They don't want to lose you. They're worried you might leave them. They're worried you're going to find out like who they really are. Like there's some deep insecurity in them, and it may come from really old wounds. It may have nothing to do with you specifically. But like old wounds from childhood even, that just made them feel not good enough in certain situations. And in your relationship, something about it triggered those same old insecurities. Something about them doesn't feel lovable. Like love is a trick, and eventually people find out who you really are and they leave you. Yeah, I mean, there's some deep abandonment issues there. Whew. Okay, well, let's look at your energy. See how things look for you. All right, we have the Lover's card. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed. And the Eight of Cups. Interesting that the Four of Pentacles came up for both of you, but for you it's in reverse. You also feel a connection to them. Like you both are connected. You both have strong feelings for each other. But you're in a place where you're letting go, and it feels like a frustration. Because you're letting go and walking away from something that is good. But you're kind of fed up with something, and we're going to hopefully see more. Spirit, can you give us some more cards, please? And this doesn't say you're necessarily leaving. It just shows, you know, your energy is on the way out, where their energy is hanging on. We have the Five of Wands reversed, the Seven of Wands reversed, and Justice reversed. You feel like you can't win. No matter what you do, you feel like you can't win. It feels like your person is so trapped in this old cycle, this old conversation that they've had for a long, long time, that has come out again with you, because they find themselves really, really caring about you a lot. And that triggered that fear. But in that fear comes sabotage, self-sabotage. And it's like you sense that conflict. It comes out in different ways in your relationship. And so as you try to make it work, it's almost like they're subconsciously pushing you away, but they're not. They're hanging on. But I get it. Like it's this energy of not hoping you'll leave them. They don't hope you'll leave them. But they don't have the strength to leave you, and they're afraid you're going to leave them. So they're almost expecting you to. And they're acting as if. And you're not getting that whole story. You're just getting this energy of it not feeling cohesive. Whew. Okay. Well, Spirit, can you give us one card to clarify the top row, please? We have the Sun card. You really just want to be happy. And their energy is so up and down, so in and out, that it's frustrating and it's demoralizing. And I'm sure at times, you feel like you're being beaten up. Like you literally cannot win. And you just want to be happy. And I think that's why you have, like part of you is looking at the possibility of leaving. Even though you do love this person and you do feel a connection to them. All right. Can you give us one card, please, Spirit, for the bottom row? Queen of Swords reversed. You're finding it hard to... You're finding it hard to stay positive through all of this. Because your person is not telling you what's going on, right? They're protecting themselves. And, putting up some walls in order to not feel so insecure and in order to not feel completely devastated when you leave them, which in some part of them does believe that, of course, you're going to leave them. Why would you stay? And you really just want to know the truth. You really just want to know what's going on. And I think that's where this card comes in, and we'll talk more about it later. But your reading is being amplified by this truth card. Facing the truth, speaking the truth, sharing the truth, owning the truth, accepting the truth. But right now there's not a lot of truth happening. You may be being honest with them, but they're not telling you what's really going on with... They're not really telling you what's really going on with them. All right, let's look at your relationship energy. We have the Two of Wands. We have the King of Pentacles. And we have the Eight of Swords. Neither one of you, deep down, wants to go anywhere. Neither one of you wants this relationship to end. You want it to last. You want it to be secure and grounded and stable. But you are feeling trapped, and they're feeling lost. And it's really coming between the stability that your relationship should have. All right, let's get 3 more cards. We have the Knight of Cups, the Fool reversed again, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. There is genuine love here, but it's very precarious. It's very unstable. Neither one of you knows where this is headed. And you sort of feel like you need to make a decision. Like they never will. You know, that's how you feel, and that may well be the truth. And so you feel like you need to make a decision, and you need to focus on your own happiness and move towards your own happiness. And right now you're feeling very stuck and out of balance. All right. We're going to take a look at the potential outcome for your relationship. Now remember, it's not a definite, it's just a potential. You know, everything depends on the decisions and the actions you both take. We have 6 of Wands reversed, Ace of Swords reversed, and 9 of Cups. I do see you both finding happiness, but it's almost like it has to get ugly first. Neither one of you can win in this situation. You know, so in this potential outcome, neither one of you wins. And meaning, you know, one person, like when someone wins, one person wins, the other person loses. It's like you both have to face the reality that you both might lose. And things may get ugly, and some truths may come out, or they won't. Ultimately, you both will be happy. It's just whether or not you're happy together. All right, Spirit, can you give us, give this person some advice? What can they do? What can be done if they want to save this relationship and be happy with their person rather than be happy without them? King of Cups reversed, Ace of Pentacles reversed, and 10 of Cups reversed. You need to let go of the idea that this relationship can be perfect, that any relationship can be perfect. In order for this relationship to work out, you have to see that your person is wounded and flawed, as are you, right? As we all are. But you have to see it, and you have to try to see that imbalance in them and not push it away, but instead embrace it and help them through it. How can they help them through it, Spirit? Can you give us one card for that? Ten of Wands reversed. You have to make it easy for them to tell you the truth, to talk, which means encouraging them, being compassionate, helping them take this burden that they've been carrying around in their heart for who knows how long, and understanding how difficult that might be for them to talk about it and face it. but to open the channels. And sometimes that starts by being honest yourself about what's going on with you and how you're feeling and why. Without judgment, without anger, without pointing fingers. Just being honest and vulnerable. And then your person will feel more open to doing the same. All right, I'm going to pull 3 Lenormand cards for you. Just take a look at a little more detail, a little more color on your relationship. All right. We have the mice, Lily, and the man. You're both under a lot of stress right now in this relationship. But there is potential for a long, very long, happy future with this person. A very long, loving future with this person. Like to old age kind of long. But it's a choice at this point. You know, do you pick up the bouquet of lilies? Are you picking them up or are you putting them down? If that makes sense. Meaning, here is this gift from the universe. You are both a gift to each other. You are in each other's lives for a reason. Doesn't have to be forever, but you are in each other's lives for a reason. So do you pick that opportunity up and decide to move forward with it and do the work? Help them and let them help you. Because relationships, no matter how they seem, are never one-sided. We all help each other see parts of ourselves and face parts of ourselves. But it's it really does come down to what you want. Right. So, the Truth card. I just want to read, I don't usually read from the book, but I just want to read a short little piece from the book just because I think it really helps in this situation. So it says, when it comes to the application of truth, the unruly mind cleverly justifies all manner of things and distracts us away from our alignment to love. Fear poses many challenges along the path to discovering the liberation of truth. Reactions of others, guilt, and insecurity distract and rob us of the opportunity to clearly identify the truth of the matter. The presence of this powerful card is a call for authentic freedom. Bravely face your fears, step into the light of love, and examine the essence of the situation. So, yeah, the universe really wants you to, this is an opportunity, right? You have free will, you can do it, you can handle it however way it feels right to you. But the universe is handing you an opportunity here to face your fears. And you do have some fears here about this. So to face your fears and step into that uncomfortable space where you are vulnerable and you share without judgment, without anger, how you feel, what you need, what you're seeing. And they have the same opportunity to do the exact same thing, face their fears, Talk about what's bothering them, what's plaguing them. So you both have a choice. And the outcome will depend on how that goes. But either way, I think you both will learn something from this relationship and move forward together or apart, with experience that will always help you in the future. All right, group 3. I wish that was more, rah-rah, encouraging, happy. But, I mean, you already know your situation, so this shouldn't be too much of a surprise for you. All right, well, thank you so much for being here and watching the video and sharing your energy. And I would love to hear from you in the comments if you want to tell me a little bit about what's going on or just what group you're in and whether it resonated or not. I'd love to hear from you. All right, thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.